there, folks. It is Rob, and welcome to my nightmare. Pretty soon, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny will be hitting theaters. And I'm not going to see it right away because I have plans with my family during the weekend it comes out. So I might have to see it the next week or weekend. But I'm definitely going to see it because I am a huge Indiana Jones fan. Okay? When it comes to the Indiana Jones movies, you know, I could watch them over and over. And, you know, they mean something to me. Especially before the fourth movie came out. I always thought that it was a perfect trilogy, much like the Back to the Future movies. I mean, you really, you know, it's hard to pick out a trilogy and say, you know what, those are some of the greatest films ever made. They're masterpieces. Before Crystal Skull came out, I actually, thought this was the greatest or one of the greatest movie trilogies ever. And I still adore these movies, like I said, but you can't really call it a trilogy anymore. So, leading up to Dial of Destiny, which I can't believe they're coming out. I can't believe we are getting a fifth Indiana Jones film. I just can't believe it. Harrison Ford, he's up there in age, and I give the guy props for, coming back to one of the most beloved characters. And I appreciate that, too, because I know he likes doing the role, and when it comes to Indiana Jones, I'm all for it. So, what I want to do is review each of the movies, because I've never done it since I've been on YouTube. I've never reviewed any of the movies. So, leading up to the new movie, I want to review each of the Indiana Jones films individually. And what I'm going to do after I see Dial of Destiny is I'm going to rank them from worst to best. And I want to wait until after, like I said, the new movie. So, just really quick here. So we have Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. We have Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I have so many versions of these films. I have the Blu-ray box set. I don't know how many versions of VHS box sets. I have tons. I have them on VHS, individually. I have them on beta, DVD, several DVDs. I mean, I love the series. So these are the full screens, as you can see on the top there, full screen. I also have the widescreen ones are a different color. They're like brown, like a dark brown. So today I'm going to review Raiders of the Lost Ark. The first one that was made. Directed by Steven Spielberg, produced by Frank Marshall. You got George Lucas, who did the story. John Williams, who did the music. Stars Harrison Ford, Karen Allen, Paul Freeman, Ronald Lacey. Excellent movie. One of the most memorable openings to a movie, period. It is so iconic with the boulder where he, sees the idol on the pedestal, and he, uses a sack to replace it for the weight. Doesn't go as planned. The boulder comes, and he's running from it. I love that scene so much, and they recreate that at MGM Studios in Orlando. Next to Disney World. I actually have a little snippet of that from my last vacation that I took, and they still have that that it's not really a ride. It's more like like an experience, I guess, so to say. But my kids had never seen it. And so it was really cool for them to see it for the first time and me revisiting it at the age of 40. And I remember seeing it at their age, and they're 9. I remember, and it has not changed. It's like the same thing, but there's a lot of things they take from this movie, and it makes it so iconic.
Where's Indiana Jones at? Jonesy!
If you ask, most people about the Indiana Jones films, if you ask, someone, what's your favorite Indiana Jones film? It's usually between Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom. There are people who say that they like Last Crusade, but you hear, the most that I hear is Ark or Doom. I'm not going to tell you guys what's my favorite because that's going to come during the ranking. So, but the thing is, like, besides the 4th movie, let's cut the 4th movie out. I mean, I love all 3. They're just so awesome. Even though this was shot first and made first, this is not the first movie story-wise, okay? Actually, Temple of Doom comes first. This movie takes place in 1935. It is considered a prequel. This movie takes place in 1936. So, a lot of people don't realize that. But, yeah, this actually is not the first movie story-wise. If you want to watch them in order according to the story, you would watch Temple of Doom first. But whatever. But, yeah, like I said, this movie is so iconic. Just everything about it, from, the characters, Harrison Ford himself as Indiana Jones. I mean, he's just so badass in this movie. He is a badass. He beats the shit out of everybody. He doesn't care. This movie came out in 1981, and I was born in 1982. So, yeah, I missed it. But, honestly, I think the first movie I saw was Doom, Temple of Doom. I saw this at a young age, and it scarred me. But, anyway, yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark. What can I say that hasn't already been said about this? Everyone knows this movie. John Williams does an excellent job with the score. One of the most memorable scores ever, next to Star Wars and some of these other iconic soundtracks. So yeah, it came out June 12th, 1981. It's 115 minutes. Had a $20 million budget and it made $389 million at the box office. So yeah, pretty successful, pretty positive when it comes to people's reactions, and it received praise, critical success, and it was a modern take on the serial, the serials, the old serials that they used to have. A lot of the scenes were taken from the serials, so it's pretty cool. But everyone did a great job. I mean, Karen Allen was great as Marion. She was kind of a badass chick, and she kind of helped Indy here and there. But yeah. So basically, the movie is there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this movie. After that whole beginning with the boulder and all that stuff, there is a thing called the Ark of the Covenant. And the Nazis are seeking it. Those darn Nazis, let me tell you, those Nazis, they're always trying to do something. It seems like they're always trying to steal something, whether it's information or it seems like they're just, oh, we need to do this because we're going to be powerful when we get our hands on this. Oh my God, the world's going to change. They're going to fear us. They're always up to no good. And, so the Nazis are seeking the Ark of the Covenant because they believe that it will make their army invincible. Yeah, okay. Yeah, keep dreaming, Nazis. Keep, put the Ark on a pedestal. It just gets higher and higher. You can't reach it. So, the agents recruit, Indiana Jones to recover the Ark. And then, you go to the bar in Nepal. There's many different places they go to. There's Cairo, Nepal, just different areas, which is pretty cool. But you got Marion, who's doing this like drinking game. I mean, she's a badass. I mean, you compare Marion to the other women in the Indiana Jones series, I mean, she is the most badass. I will say that. She is pretty awesome. Marion Ravenwood. So, there's this huge fight that happens at the bar. There's guns blazing and all that stuff when Indiana Jones shows up. They attempt this guy named Tohu tries to recover the medallion. They need the medallion to, find the location of the Ark. There's many things that they need. Okay, the Ark of the Covenant is in the Well of Souls. In order to find the location, you need the Staff of Ra. I think it's called the Staff of Ra. That's how you say it. You need the medallion to tell you the exact pinpoint. So it needs to be a certain size and it needs to be a certain way. If you don't have the certain measurements, then it's not right and stuff like that. The Nazis, they don't have the right measurement of it. So, they're digging in the wrong place for it. But Indiana Jones actually has the right measurements for it. So he ends up finding it. And it's funny when they find the Well of Souls, it's like, they go down in there, they see the Ark, and then when they try to escape, they like push this brick out, and the Nazis are like digging like right over here, and they don't even notice. He like pushes this huge block out, and like never once did someone look over and be like, maybe we should look in there. It's. I mean, obviously they were, maybe they were sleeping. I don't know, but yeah, all hell breaks loose pretty much. Everyone's fighting to get the Ark. I think, again, there's also some really good scenes with Indy using the whip. And the greatest scene, I think, is when they were in Cairo and he shoots the guy. The guy's ready to fight, and Indiana Jones just pulls out a gun and shoots him, and he's like, whatever. And that was actually supposed to be... There was supposed to be more to that scene, but what happened was Harrison Ford wasn't feeling good that day. He actually was sick. I think he had like a fever and stuff like that. So he was like, why don't I just shoot him and get it over with? And the scene actually worked because it's funny. Now, they try to mimic that in all the movies. And I think it's funny in Temple of Doom too, but they try something different. But in this, it's just so funny when the guy's like wanting to fight and he's just like this and he kills him. And he's wiping his face because you could tell Harrison Ford did not want to be there. I mean, he just looked so bad, like so sick, like he was just like, whatever. Things happen in every movie to Harrison Ford. I mean, Temple of Doom, something happened to him, but I'll get to that. But yeah, like certain scenes like that, the fight scenes were great, the choreography, and Indy, like I said, he's a badass. And who can forget the Ark, death scenes where the Ark basically kills the Nazis. These ghosts and stuff and like lightning and stuff comes out of the Ark and starts to kill the Nazis. And then the face melting stuff was amazing. Amazing effects with the face melting. That was like Yeah, and every Indiana Jones where if the relic or whatever they're going after does something to people, it's always something really cool. So, yeah, there's a lot of memorable moments with this movie. I just think that, you know, it's just so good. Like, everyone knows this movie. Everyone knows it. Okay? And I don't know. I like the whole adventure aspect. I like how they go to different places. I like I said, the choreography, the fights, and all that stuff. It's about the adventure. It's about looking for, relics and figuring out puzzles. And he's basically investigating. I mean, he's a scientist, but, the way he goes about it, you would think a scientist wouldn't know how to fight and be like a badass, but he is. He's got it all. He's the entire package. Indiana Jones is the entire package. A guy who defies the odds, hanging off of cliffs and like jumping from vehicle to vehicle, beating the shit out of everybody, and then surviving. It's crazy. So, yeah, this movie, it is so iconic. Everyone knows it. And you will see when I do the ranking, you will see what place I put this. But like I said, most people will pick these two. One of these two as their favorite. Okay? I've never heard anybody say that Crystal Skull is their favorite. If you say it's your favorite, that's fine. I am not gonna... There's no hate here. There's no judging, not on my part. So, but I'm just being honest. Most people will say one of these two films are their favorite when it comes to Indiana Jones. But I still think Raiders is probably the most iconic when it comes to the movies. So, yeah, guys, this movie's only PG. The PG-13 rating didn't happen until this right here. But that will be another video. So, yeah, that is my thoughts on Raiders of the Lost Ark, classic film. And like I said, when it comes to Indiana Jones, I love the series so much. I just adore it, The music, the music is what really gets me too. I love the soundtracks to these movies. But yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark, awesome. So stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to talk about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which will be interesting because I have a lot to say about that film. So thank you for watching this, guys. Like I said, stay tuned for these videos. I'm going to review all the Indiana Jones films, and even the new one. I'm going to go see it and review it, and then I'm going to do a ranking after that. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.